R to the A to the R to the A to the. Hey all, my name is Rachel, but you can simply call me Rach. So I'm coming to you with a brand new video because I just got in the mail my Patricia Bright palette. I got the eyeshadow palette as well as the face palette trio that it came with. So if you're interested in that, please definitely stay tuned. For those that are new to my channel, my name is Rachel, but you can just simply call me Rach. I have a preference towards high-end makeup, but I do dibble and dab and different drugstore makeup as well. So if you're new, definitely go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you've been here before and you haven't liked and subscribed, please tell me why. Give me one good reason you have not yet. I'm waiting, but if not, just go ahead and click that button. Also hit the little bell so that way you'll get any notification of recent uploads. I typically try to upload about 2-3 times a week, just depending on how much my shopping habit has been rampaging. So right now it's kind of slowing down from the holiday season, but I have lots of good fun goodies always that I am trying out. So I think I have done enough intros. I think this is like my 4th or 5th one, so hopefully one of these will work. But let's get to why we're all here, the makeup. All right, so I already have tried on the foundation. I picked up the Revolution Pro, and it is a full coverage camouflage foundation. I got it in the shade 13.5. I think that the coloring is just a tad bit lighter that I would typically go for. So the best foundation in terms of color, I am in NARS New Caledonia. That is my best shade. It's still a little bit dark in the winter time, which we are in now, but that is my favorite foundation. And also the Giorgio Armani in 13 has also been a standout. Fenty, I wear a 420, but that's still a little bit brighter than I like. So I also have a couple of foundations that you can compare to down in the description box as well. So I think it's okay. I'm not typically a full coverage person, but I still think overall it looks good. And then I also tried out the Revelation Pro Camo Concealer, which was very thick. So if you're into that, I guess it will be okay. But that's not the main reason we came here. I just want to try something out. It was all right. So I am also going to try on one of their lipsticks. And this actually was a surprising because I love the packaging. This here is the New Natural Satin Matte in Thirst. So this is the packaging, but as soon as I tried it on, it reminded me of some Auntie Pat. I'm always comparing things to Pat because that is my fave, but just side by side, look how crazy. Pat's a little bit deeper, and I'll swatch them so that way you can compare. But as soon as I swatched it, especially because of how they're saying the finishes, I was like, wow, look at that. This here on the, I guess this would be my right hand, that is Pat, and that is Makeup Revolution. One thing I know about Makeup Revolution, they are known to be some dupers. And I think in terms of color, that is a close dupe. So, trying it on. It is very difficult to duplicate Pat, but first glance, fraction of the price. Pat is like 40 bucks. This was like $9. I would definitely say these are worth a try. And it's very comfortable for a matte. It smells pretty. Like almost a little perfumey, but very nice. So I got this so that way I can figure out a full look. But let's get to what we mainly came for. So this is the face palette, and I got it in the shade Dusk Till Dawn because this is the deepest shade that it came in. And it's like a little tin foily type of packaging, which is, it's different, it's nice. And let me go ahead and take a look at the prices because they don't have them on here. So I will go ahead and I'll put down here the actual price of each palette. I'm pretty sure this was around $12, and I know for sure that the eyeshadow was around $25, so it's a very affordable combination. So I am going to start with the bronzer because all I have on is foundation. So to give my cheeks a little darker look, and I would definitely say it gives some warmth there. It's not quite red, it's a little more chocolatey, but it shows up. I like that. That is very pretty. So you can see, like, my face was pretty flat, but it's almost a tad bit muddy. Let me buff some of this out just a tad bit, because it doesn't come off as warm, but it is very pretty. I like it. Especially for something when I'm on the go. This would be great to take because it is an all-in-one. So I will swatch. It's very deep. I typically like for my bronzers just to be a little bit more red. That I think is more contourish, but I do still like it. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into the blush. It's a pretty color, and they're very creamy. Very beautiful, great for the fall. High pigment, ooh, a little too much pigment. That's my fault. Good trick when you put on too much blush, take a clean brush and work it in. There is no subtleness. And for those that don't know, I didn't even talk about it. I just think that everyone knows who she is. Patricia Bright is a YouTuber. I refer to her as the Naomi Campbell of YouTube. That's what I finally refer to her as. She does not. That is just my personal giggles. I think she is hilarious. She makes videos from anything from budgeting to fashion to makeup to just exploring. I think that she is absolutely adorable. And of course, she is melanin girl friendly. So it's always nice to find people that are around my complexion to watch their videos, because that way if things work for them, it will very likely work for me. I'm just trying to buff some of this out because the cheeks are growing on me, especially going in with a clean brush, but I can make that a little bit more subtle. So that is very pretty. Next, I'm going to try out the highlighter, and that is very gorgeous. Let me see if I can make that a little better. Let's do a swatch. Very pretty. Just go ahead and swatch on the bronzer too. So bronzer is definitely a little bit more muddy, not as red, but the highlighter is absolutely gorge, and it is on the deeper side. So let me just go ahead. Oh yeah. Very pretty. So she was definitely going for something that was deep enough for the richer complexions, because she, I would estimate, is around my shade, maybe a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, but definitely in the deeper realm. So this particular palette, I would highly recommend in terms of being able to be pigmented for us deeper girls. So let's get into the main shebang, the eyeshadow palette. This is 28 eyeshadow colors. So I normally do not like eyeshadow palettes that are this big because it is very overwhelming. But I will say that as soon as I got opened up the package, I was instantly in love with these shades. So I will go ahead at the end, and I won't forget, I will swatch all of the different shades, but it is a little bit of something. Like, look at these glitters. These are actually sticking to my hand. The red glitter may need a little bit of glue to get it to stick, but those were things that stuck out to me as soon as I tried it on or pulled it out. And in terms of eyeshadow, I am already primed with my tried and true Urban Decay. And so the eyeshadow palettes came in two. There was like a more neutral shade, and then there was also Rich in Color. So Rich in Color is the one I decided to pick up. The reason being is the neutrals, I have plenty of neutrals, but if I'm going to buy an eyeshadow palette that I am probably not going to use as often just because of the colors, I wanted something different. I've bought lots of neutrals. That's my go-to. I wanted something fun, and this was fun to me. So we'll go ahead and we'll dip right in. The first color that spoke to me was actually, it's called A Taste the Rainbow. And it is right here. And it's like a purplish shade. So let me go ahead and dip into this first. I'm going to match my eyeshadow, or not my eyeshadow, match my lipstick with my eyeshadow. And it is definitely pigmented. I did do some swatches when I first tried it out, and I would say it took me a second to, when I wiped it off, it still kind of stained my skin. So I love the pigment on these eyeshadow palettes. And it is not dry. The last eyeshadow I tried was very dry. This one is very easily blendable. So for my first try of Makeup Revolution's eyeshadows, I do think these are good quality. It's not even coming off as patchy or anything of that nature. So I'm going to blend out this color to make sure it looks good. And then I will potentially, I always say I'm gonna fast forward these parts, but I don't always fast forward. So we shall see. But look at that. I'm dipping into it, but I don't even think it will be necessary to fast forward because this is very buildable, blendable, and it is not patchy. So I will say for $25, this is the best affordable eyeshadow palette that I've tried in quite a while. All right, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go for a very purpley eye look. So the next shade that I am going to dip into is going to be Reckless, which is this deep purple here. But I can honestly say, I don't know where I would wear this palette to. This is going to inspire me to try to go out a tad bit more because this is not an eyeshadow palette that I think that I will be wearing to work, just because I try to be a little bit more conservative, but this is so much fun. This will give me something different to try out. So I'm just working this into the outer corner. But to work with these eyeshadows is extremely easy. They are blending very well. I'm actually not heading out anywhere. This is a look that I'm doing after work today. I love this purple. Oh my gosh, everything I wanted from this palette, it is delivering on. So the color that inspired me to want to go purple is here. It's called Desert. And it has a tad bit of metallics. And that's something I do like about this palette. I see there's several different metallics. I see that there are some glitters. I see a couple of shimmers. So this is one of the palettes that you will be able to have multiple uses out of. So of course I'm gonna try it first with the brush, but I do have a preference towards using my finger. Oh my gosh, I am going to get up close because this is gorgeous. And when I picked up the lipstick, I didn't necessarily plan on, like, 'cause honestly, when I picked it up, I solely picked it up because I wanted to support another YouTuber that was of color, and because it did look like it was something that was outside of my realm, because a lot of the palettes that I picked up, I'm always going for oranges and golds and soft pinks. But this here is something that would have me going outside of my character, which I would adore. Oh my gosh, look at this up close. So that is just, and this is no putting on of spraying it. This is straight up. So I'm gonna try it with my finger. And one of the good things, I know sometimes people care, look at that. I've dipped into multiple of these colors, heavily pigmented, and I don't see any type of fallout. So, ooh, and it's so creamy. Look at that purple. That is gorgeous. So I am just going to put it on. And I don't even think that was necessary. I think that it was actually working out really well with the brush. I'm not trying to flip you guys off, my apologies. Oh man. No, because one of my coworkers, she is very big into color. I already sent her pictures of it because I know that this would be up. If you are into color, girl, this palette, $25 for 28 shades. I do not know how you could potentially even think you're going wrong. So I'm just going back into the Taste the Rainbow and just hitting that right there to make sure you can see the color. Oh my gosh. First impressions, I am heavily impressed. So I just wanted to do a very quick look. I'm going to just go with the excess underneath my eye just to give it a complete look. So let me just hit the other eye to get underneath here, and then I'll come back with my final look. But this is so pretty. And this is the final look. So I would definitely say that this eyeshadow palette is well worth the $25 price tag. You are getting 28 colors. I dipped into 1, 2, 3 of those to create this look, and they're very creamy. Heavily pigmented, easily to blend. I would say this is like a 10 out of 10 for affordable eyeshadow palette, so highly recommend that. When it comes to the face palette, I do like the highlighter because it is shimmer but not glittery. I do like the pigment when it comes to the blush. I just wish that the bronzer was a little bit more red. It does come off a little bit muddy. And then I did pick up one of the lipsticks, and I love the pigment. I love I love the pigment. I love how comfortable it is. And I also like the fact that it compares to some of my higher end. I will give this a try during the day tomorrow so that way I could do a full day wear test. So that way later in the month, when I come back and recap some of the things that I picked up, I'll be able to give you a better update. But I highly, highly recommend the eyeshadow palette. I picked mine up from the actual Makeup Revolution website. I ordered it on the 8th. It did take, they say about 5 to 7 business days to get to me. It took 7 full business days, but you can also pick this up online at Ulta. The reason I did not pick it up on the Ulta website was just that they did not have the face palette when I went to go order it. But when I checked before I uploaded the video, they do now have the face palette on Ulta's website as well. So I just wanted to get it as soon as it came out. So that's why I went through Makeup Revolution. But if Ulta is more accessible, that's another great place. And then I know that there's going to be other websites. There's gonna be carrying it as well. I always mess it up, but I think it's like ASOS, ASOS, another British company. They're going to be also carrying it as well. But not only is the fact that you're supporting a African-American, Black, whatever you want to call them, YouTuber, but it's quality products. So that is what I love about it, and I can't wait to dibble and dab into different colors in this palette. This is my fun palette. But also, if you have made it this far, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. We are a growing family, and I appreciate all the love. And if you are interested in this palette, or if you've already picked it up, I would love to know what you think of the palette. Please go ahead and put your comments down below of what you think about this one, whether you picked up the rich in color or if you picked up the other that was more neutral. I just want to know about other people's experiences when they've been trying this palette. But thank you so much for tuning in. You have a wonderful day. Bye. Mwah. All right, so I'm going to insert at the end this eyeshadow swatch. When I said I was gonna include swatches, I was thinking like, dang, that's 28 swatches. So here is the first. It looks white, but it actually has a metallic to it. That is Shimmering. This is Love Song. That is very pretty. Oh, sometimes it doesn't give it justice. Then this is a matte. Oh my gosh, these are so creamy. This is a Queen, very light. This is Marelle, very pretty brown. It's another matte. This one is Honey Pot. Oh my gosh, that is so creamy, 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 creamy. Let me try to show, you can actually see me swatching some of these. I'm probably gonna run out of space. That is gorgeous. And then the next shade, I'm trying to wipe in between each one, is Allspice. Very, oh my gosh, every single one of these. All right, so since this is the first row, zoom in. And actually, one more from the first. Oh my gosh, it's Pillow Talk. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. Wow. Of that row, I would say that Pillow Talk and Love Song are the most gorgeous, but those are amazing. So I'm gonna do the next row, and this is Halleligance. That is so creamy. Like, it's like, because it looks like it's going to be a matte, I'm expecting it to be dry, but these are not dry at all. So even though that is a little white, it is creamy on my skin, but I think that the light makes it a little bit white. But that is Halleligance. And then it's, I guess, Wow. And this is one of the glitters. Wow. That says New Year's Eve. That one I'm gonna play in some more. And then next we have Reckless. And then we have Green Juice. That is very pretty. And then next we have Fruit Punch. That row is something impressive. All these are very unique. So let's go into, I'm starting to run out of fingers. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and swatch these last two and then wipe off my arm and come back. So that is Vitamin C. Let me do one more swatch of Vitamin C. Very pigmented yellow, a little bit patchy, but I think because of the formulation, it'll be very easy to build up. Oh, wow. Ocean Deep. Look at that color. That is insane. Wow. Wow. Look at these. Very impressive. So I'm gonna go wipe my arm and come back, and then I'll do the last 2 rows. All right, so I just wiped off my arm. So I'm going to try the last 2 rows. So this is Pink Poppin'. Very creamy still. Very pretty. And this is Taste the Rainbow. Love this color. Purple pink. Then this is Birthday Cake, 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 Cake. I can't say birthday cake the same since Rihanna. Very pretty. And then there is Rich Rich. Oh my gosh, how creamy and beautiful these are. And then yes, Peaches. It's like a orange red. That's the only one that I've actually had a little trouble swatching, but it's still very pretty. Then another one of these pressed colors. So this is the pressed red. Gorgeous, look at that. And that is Flames. And the last one in this row, this one is actually, the first one's a little dry too. Look at that pigment. That is No Boo. Oh, boo, boo. I'm not gonna be able to swatch with that finger again. Look at that after the swatch. Crazy. All right, so we finally have made it to the last row. Ooh, this is the most intense swatching I've ever done. This one is Miss Call. That is pretty, like a little tealish. Pulled a little bit more green blue. Then No Exit. Oh, this is Rachel. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And that's the first one I think has like a little shift to it. Very beautiful. That is one of my faves. I can already tell. Ooh, and this is Wifey. Very pretty. Oh, and this is Trendsetter. I have been wanting to do a green for Christmas, and this is like a true Kelly green. Very pretty. Needs a little build up, but oh, I have been wanting a color like that in my collection. Beautiful for the holidays. I love this next color. This is Dessert. This is what I had on my eyes. Very beautiful. Love Dessert. That is one of my favorite colors. Happy I dug into that. Miss Tropicana. So some of these reds I've noticed are very dry. Those may take a little bit of working to get going. And then the last is Backstage. These blue pigments. Look at the last 2 rows. These are amazing. And No Exit is the next color I'm going to fall in love with. I see it now. No Exit, Dessert, Love Song. That's all the metallics. Metallic shimmer. Those are the standouts of this palette. Great job. Love, 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 love.